Welcome to this edition of the Banner Press Sports Corner. Thanks for tuning in on your preferred platform. I'm Nicholas Hodel, sports writer here at the Bread and Banner Press, and Blinn College baseball is once again on the cusp of the NJCAA Division I Baseball World Series as it enters the Region XIV Super Regional for a third straight year. The Buccaneers will host the Super Regional for a second straight season this week as the San Jacinto Ravens will roll into Bread looking to take the defending national champions out. Brok Eddy and Hayden have been terrific throughout the season as two of the top pitchers in the Blinn rotation, and they join me in studio this week ahead of the Super Regional Series. Guys, thank you so much for popping in.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Absolutely, and you guys had to, of course, win the Region 14 South Regional Tournament to make it to this week's Super Regional, and you guys fell behind the 8 ball early and had to have 4 straight wins to get to the Super Regionals. Just how tough was that, kind of having that loss in the back of your head and having to play 4 straight with your year on the line?
Yeah, I mean, definitely losing that first one was kind of sucked, but I mean, we had to battle back, and I mean, that's what we've done the whole year. Just take it one pitch, one game at a time, and just came out on top.
We weren't scared. I mean, we knew we played Wharton whenever we saw they were undefeated going into our third game. I know that I was, and I heard a couple guys in the locker room. We weren't scared at all. We know that we're better than almost every team out there. We know how good we are, and we're going to play to that.
Yeah, you guys, you had a pretty big game against Paris to kind of get that revenge and get to the Wharton games. 8 1/3, 7 strikeouts, only 1 walk and 1 run allowed. Just what was kind of going through your mind throughout that start against Paris?
You got to win. I mean, just go out there and try to prepare to win, to give my team the best chance to win. With having that 1 run, I mean, stuff happens, and you just kind of got to shake it off and go out there and continue to try to win. Leave it at 1 run, or leave it at no runs, or leave it at 2 runs, no matter what. If something happens in the past, go pitch by pitch, like Brok said.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, you also had a solid start against Northeast Texas as part of that South Regional. 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 1 walk, 1 run. Just kind of a similar line to what Hayden put up against Paris in a do-or-die situation. Just what was in the back of your mind against Northeast Texas, knowing that was a must-win scenario to kind of get you guys moving along?
I would just say, do what I've been doing the whole season and just go out there and give us the best chance to win. I know our offense is going to come through at some point, so just keep throwing and give them the best chance.
Yeah, and then you guys had the pleasure of watching Ben Polishultz put on a fantastic display in the championship on Sunday, and it's just an absolute gem that he had. Just how happy were you for him to kind of see him have that kind of success out there on the mound?
I'm playing with Paulie for over 4 years now. I've known him since we were in high school. I was beyond happy. I mean, I've known this kid. I've done summers with this kid. His summer camps at baseball fields. I've spent time with this kid. It was fun to watch. I mean, it was seeing him compete out there and seeing him dominate like that with 16 strikeouts was just, I had to give him a big hug after the game. That was awesome to watch.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, our whole staff stepped up really big this weekend to give us a chance, and now we got San Jac. So
yeah, and I imagine that's pretty big bear hug for Paulie there in that spot, right? Hayden?
Oh yeah, I had the biggest.
Yeah. Given the stakes and given just how well he pitched, and I'm sure he deserved that kind of a big bear hug. And of course, you guys have played so many games at this point now. I believe 44-13. It's one of the best marks in all of junior college baseball. It's just, how would you guys say your own development's been throughout the year?
Speaking for myself, I think the development side is awesome. I think we have amazing coaches. I think our pitching coach, James Leverton, is awesome. Chase Van Dyke is awesome. I mean, those are 2 coaches that have been at a high level. I mean, Leverton's coached at Baylor. Chase played at Missouri. He was a really good pitcher. He knows a lot about the game. He knows a lot of people. I mean, it's a lot of good knowledge. And then, of course, you got our head coach, Dusty. Dusty's the best. I mean, there's nothing else to say, but Dusty's awesome.
Yeah, I love all of them, and I feel like it's shown throughout the year. Like all of us have been just getting better and better, and
it's a very competitive group that we have.
Yeah.
With everything that we do, everybody's working out, trying to get better. Everybody, if we're doing something, like if we're doing a running drill, we're racing each other at the end of it. It's a really fun group. We build off each other. I like the group guys that we got.
Yeah, and I'd imagine that it's really hard to be in the spot you're in without being such a competitive group like you guys are mentioning. Just how much does that really help you guys in getting to these big spots here in the month of May?
I think just like whenever we're at practice, the act of just competing to win, having that drive every day and using it every day, and just the feeling of winning against your teammate and one person is gonna you like that feeling of winning. It's gonna translate over to a game, I believe, and that's something I've lived by for years. I compete in everything that I do, and that's usually how I get better. So if I have another person that's with me competing against me.
Yeah, and just having all the talent on the team and like competing against each other every day, it just makes it easier on game day to go out there and compete against other guys.
Like I said, there's no other players that are better than us.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the best JUCO players in the country, and getting to compete against them every day and be alongside them and pick their brain, and like Caden Ferraro and Matt Quinton are like, I know they're not pitchers, but I mean, Matt is really smart at the game. He's a catcher. He knows a lot. I mean, getting to pick his brain and having him catch my games is awesome. I know Brok loves him catching his games too, and Ethan Gonzalez too. I mean, I can just keep naming names, and we'd be here for hours. Every one of those guys like I said, it's a good group of guys.
Yeah, and with Quinton in particular, you guys both have that experience of him catching your guys' games. Just what kind of makes him so smart and has that high baseball IQ that I imagine every team would want out of their catcher?
He learns every day. He goes into every day, every practice, wanting to learn something new. He's a big mentor too. He'll correct you. He's almost like I don't know, what would you call it? I guess a father figure in the locker room. Yeah. Whenever it comes to like rules and all that, yeah, leader. Whenever it comes to rules and all that, he's the guy enforcing it. He's always giving us the pregame speeches. That's his role, and he learning from Cameron Rupp. Another big league coach. He gets to learn from him every day because that's a catcher coach, both catchers. So he gets to pick his brain. And then Q translates it in the game, and I mean it shows.
Yeah, he's caught both of our no hitters too. So.
Yeah,
that shows something.
It does show some.
Yeah. Each of you guys having one of those no-hitters throughout this year, and especially at the junior college level of baseball, and at any level of baseball, it's a super difficult task to be able to have a no-hitter, but especially at the high-end JUCO level, it's got to be even tougher than it would be, say, if it's a high school game or something like that. Just kind of what went into each of your guys' no-hitters earlier this year?
I would say, you obviously don't want to, acknowledge it, too early, but you're aware it's there, but you just keep taking it one pitch at a time and letting your defense work, and that's how you go far. And they've been great the whole year too. So
same thing there. You go pitch by pitch. Once you get into especially the 5 inning one, once you get into the 3rd inning, usually you get into a groove after the 2nd, and you kind of just have to, black out, as I call it, go dumb. You can't really worry about anything else except for that next pitch, the pitch that you're about to throw.
Yeah, and I know particularly with yours coming in the region play against Coastal Bend, they have 7 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 walks. I know you mentioned they're not wanting to acknowledge it too early. Yeah. Did you ever acknowledge it at all before the final out?
You notice it for sure, but you don't want to say anything that's a written or unwritten baseball rule, but you definitely see it.
Yeah, certainly. And you guys have still put up some really productive outings, particularly with you, Blok, having 3 or less earned runs in every single start you've provided. And as of late, that has gone down to 2 or less for quite a while now. Just how hard is that to consistently continue that kind of quality pitching over the course of a year like this?
I would say it's just like a same routine every week, just knowing what you have to do like each day to prepare for the start, and like just I don't know, like making sure you have a plan, and then it all shows on the day you pitch. So.
Yeah, certainly. And for those joining us, you're listening to the Banner Press Sports Corner. I'm Nicholas Odell. Blinn pitchers Brok Eddy, Hayden Morris joining me ahead of the Blinn baseball team's Region XIV Super Regional Series against San Jacinto. And you guys have both pitched against them twice now. And a head-to-head that has gone to San Jac 4-3, though. Two of those runs came in one-long fashion in April that had that in a best 2 out of 3 there. What's kind of makes San Jac so quality as far as their offense and the kind of challenge you guys are going to be facing this week?
I mean, they got a good coach. I mean, Weaver's a great. He knows a lot about baseball. I mean, he's learned off of Dusty from being with us last year. Their guys don't give up. I'll give them that. They're very scrappy. Might not be the best players, but they'll get it done. I mean, they get together, play as a team. But like I said earlier, and I think you can ask any one of our guys if we're not scared of them. It's just another baseball team. It's another game. It's another day.
Yeah, and I applaud that mindset. So I imagine at this point in the year, you almost have to have that kind of mindset of not being scared, and I guess getting to play baseball at this point in the year is a big thing too. Is that something that's talked about at all? Just getting the opportunity to continue on and play baseball at this point in the year?
I mean, I think that's just a common goal in everybody's minds. I don't think we don't really talk about it that much. Because I think that was understood from day one in January, and especially from the guys coming back in the fall. Like from the fall, that was go back to back. There's only one team in the country that can go back to back. That's us. So I mean, that's a pretty cool thing to do.
Yeah,
to bring it back to Brenham. Yeah.
Yeah, I know that's something Coach Hart and I had previously discussed, and that kind of opportunity that awaits you guys and to put you guys in rarefied air. But to get back to the challenge ahead and the Ravens, how much could you guys learn from your own starts against the Ravens earlier in the year to apply to this Super Regional Series coming up?
I mean, they're a scrappy team, but I feel like now playing at home and we'll definitely have the advantage there and just do what we've been doing. And our offense, I think, is gonna click and go off this weekend. So I think it'll be good.
I like the spot that our pitchers are in. I mean, I like the steps that we're making, and nothing's gonna change. We're gonna keep preparing how we have been, and I have a feeling we're gonna all step up.
Yeah, and I guess that kind of gets to the mood around that entire pitching staff. It's got to be really strong after what you guys have been able to do the last 4 games to get to this spot. Just how well cohesive is this pitching staff right now between all of you guys?
I think it's really well. I mean, I'm not scared of whenever somebody goes in. I know that they're going to get a job done, and I mean, if runs score, that's not the end of the world. I mean, you have to score to win a ball game, so. That's the main objective of the game. You got to score. So, but we always get it done. There's no matter what. I mean, if we get punched in the mouth, we'll get 2 outs or we'll get an out.
Yeah, and that's certainly the right mindset to kind of have. Just how well have you seen that cohesiveness, Brok, between the entire pitching staff this year?
It's been great. I mean, everyone's stepping up. Like, if someone goes down, like someone stepped up right after them, and I mean, it's been great. Like, just back to back, every guy just coming in, just doing their job. So
yeah, and it really has seemed like you guys have great starts. It's almost always your bullpen has really backed you up incredibly, or if early games have kind of gone away from you, this bullpen has really stepped in and done a job to keep you guys in that. Just how much confidence is there within the entire bullpen that's been assembled this year?
I think Lev's done a great job with that. Like, he's instilled a lot of confidence in those guys and has worked really well with them. And so huge shout out to Lev for doing that. But
you got a lot of hardworking guys too. I mean, they work their butt off, and it makes me trust them during the games because I mean you can see them improve every day. It's a fun thing to watch.
And you guys go through that work right beside them too. Just how much can you guys say of their own individual improvements over the course of the year, whether it's been the velocity or the break or things like that, getting better?
I'd say just that experience of just getting on the mound and throwing. I mean, that's one of the main parts. Like, you can do all this other stuff, but just getting out there and getting that experience has like been huge for a lot of those guys. So
I think now coming into the not off season but to the postseason, I think a lot of the adrenaline's coming up too. And after winning the regionals and some of the guys having to step up in that big situation, I think a lot of people have broken out of their shell already. And now instead of being like, oh, I got to get on the mound, it's I want to get on the mound. And I've seen that from a lot of our pitchers in the bullpen and just all of our pitchers in general. Like Paulie, he got asked if he wanted to come out in the 8th inning, and he said no. And like that, no, you don't see a lot of people doing that, and that takes it grit and heart. And I think our pitchers have that. I think that's the one thing that makes us special, this team.
Yeah, I gotta imagine that's pretty dang inspiring to see him demand that he still goes out there in a regional tournament clinching game and continue to produce as well. It's just how much of a jolt was that to the entire dugout to see that and to have him continue producing on the mound?
Oh, it was electric. Oh, it was like a shock went through the dugout right as he said, "No, I'm staying in." I heard everybody, like, we started clapping and cheering and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah, everyone got fired up. That's what we needed.
That was a little spark in a gas chamber.
Yeah, and that probably just goes to show how much you guys really support each other and everything like that. Just and you mentioned the big bear hug you gave him after the game. Just I have to imagine that everyone was rallying around Paulie at that point. Just how much did that just kind of reverberate around that dugout that game?
I think that was it. That was a good way to set the tone going into this week. I think ending off the weekend with that was massive, and I think that's gonna be a good little push to get the stone rolling down the hill coming into this week and going against St. Jack. I think we needed that.
Yeah, and especially against, when we mentioned before, such a tough opponent. But you guys will have that home field advantage of Leroy Dreyer Field, and it's quite the home field advantage you guys have there with the Blinn fan base and a fantastic facility to be able to call home. Just how much do you think that's going to play into this whole Super Regional series this week?
It's going to play a big part. Yeah, I mean, we know the ballpark. Our hitters know the ballpark. I love the mound personally. It's I think it's the best mound in the conference. So being able to pitch on that mound is a blessing. And yeah, just being able to be in just have our locker rooms and then sleep in our own beds, I think is a not having to take the bus drive in the morning is a big thing too. That's awesome.
Yeah, I like pitching at home a lot.
Yeah. Would you guys consider Leroy Dreyer Field to be a pitcher's park or a hitter's park from your guys' perspective?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think it's a little bit of a hybrid, if you want to call it that. There's some days where if you hit the ball right, it's going to go out. But you also have to be strong enough to hit the ball out. And there's other days where the wind's blowing straight in, like last weekend, where you'll hit a ball up and it doesn't go anywhere. So I think it just kind of depends on the day. But I think it's a decent field. I wouldn't say it's one or the other.
Yeah, and certainly the mound you guys both really like pitching on. Just is there anything about that's specific to your home mound compared to so many others in the region that you guys really like pitching on?
I mean, it's turf. I mean, we get it fixed every time there's a hole. There's really, I mean, other places, there's the holes, the mounds aren't big enough, or they're right on the ground, or maybe they're too big. It's just inconsistent, but with ours, since it's turf, I mean, you get it patched up and it's brand new. So that's the thing I like about it.
Yeah, I like the turf too. I would say, I mean, it doesn't make too much of a difference, but just the feeling of just pitching at home, I feel like that definitely helps you out.
Yeah. I know. You just said there isn't much of a difference, but if you had to compare the turf mound to some potential dirt mounds you guys see throughout the conference? Just what's kind of the difference in the feel there?
I mean, personally, I think it's just a lot easier to throw the ball with, especially the mound that we have, a little bit more of a slope. And just grip-wise, too. I mean, with some dirt mounds, I mean, it might just be rock under where you land. But, I mean, with the turf, I mean, your cleat sticks in, you know where you're at. You feel a lot more comfortable throwing the ball without, like, hurting anything or rolling an ankle or anything like that. Done that one time, it's not fun.
I would just say it's, like, consistent. Like, you don't get, like, the big holes in it. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you probably have to adjust to that too on a dirt mound, I'd imagine, once those holes start to really form.
Oh yeah, I mean, you gotta adjust anything. You gotta do anything to win. But yeah, it's I'd rather not to deal with that, and that's why I'm liking it pitching at home.
Yeah, certainly. And you guys are both kind of in different years. Brok is a sophomore and Hayden is a freshman. Of course, big news earlier this year for you, Brok, going to Wichita State after this year. Some family lineage there with your brother being also Wichita State shocker. Just how cool is that to be able to sign there and be able to follow in the footsteps of your brother?
Oh, it's really cool to get that opportunity to pitch there after my brother. And, I mean, he did a great job there, so I want to go and kind of follow in his footsteps. And it's an honor. Yeah.
It's just, and I know you probably got to see Wichita State a whole bunch of times with your brother pitching before actually going on the visits yourself and doing everything of that nature. Just what is it about Wichita State that really impressed you?
They have great facilities, great coaching staff, and I mean it's close to home. But I think like just following my brother's footsteps and be able to pitch there would be great. So and just going to those games that my brother played and. Now I'll be able to pitch there. So
yeah, and I know for you as a freshman, Hayden, I'm sure you're probably still considering what your options are going to be going forward. Just kind of what kind of college do you think would be the best fit for you after your time at Blinn comes to an end, whether it be after this year or even after next year as a sophomore?
I mean, my options are open. I mean, any of them would be great. Power 5 would be awesome. I mean, that's the goal if I'm gonna go back or if I'm gonna go to college. Is a Power 5. I would love to go to like a Texas A&M or a Texas or an Ole Miss. That'd be pretty awesome to play there. But my main thing is just wherever I feel fit. I mean, I made the mistake with not doing that my freshman year in high school. So that's what the one thing I'm gonna be focusing on is just finding another coach like Dusty, someone that I can get along with that trusts me. Good development, main thing, not mainly about just the name of the school.
Yeah, and then there's so many power conference players that Blinn has produced over the last several years under Coach Hart and his staff. And I know you guys have gotten to play with a lot of players who are going to that power conference level. It's just how much can you guys learn from them, or have you guys learned from them over this last season to really for all of you guys to become better baseball players?
Just the knowledge. I mean, the knowledge that they have from being around the game for as long as they have. I mean, Dusty's been coaching longer than we've been alive. I mean, it says something. He knows a lot of baseball, and he's been playing before that too. Rupp, 8 years in the big leagues, 8 more years than any of us in this room has had. So, I mean, getting to learn from that is just insane. Lev, I mean, him playing in the minors and also coaching at different colleges like Baylor, at a Big 12 school. And then you got Chase, the high-level college arm back in the day, and now just the knowledge that he has bringing with him, just getting to pick from their brains and getting to basically grow under their wing is pretty awesome.
Yeah. And as we kind of begin to wrap things up here in the Sports Corner this week, we've talked about the national championship ambitions, of course, would require getting to Grand Junction in the first place. Just how cool would it be for you guys to be able to go back to Grand Junction and defend your national championship properly on the big stage?
I mean, that's all I want. That's why I came here. So, I mean, hopefully we get there and get to play at my home state, Colorado, and I mean, that's what I want. So,
same here, the same thing. I'm trying to win the whole thing. Bring another banner on the fence out there.
Yeah, and with that being a home state, that would be pretty dang cool for you, Brok, to be able to go back there. Was it ever something you would go and watch before, just as a fan, the JUCO World Series?
I never went there. I mean, it's still pretty far from like my hometown, but I mean, it would still be like really awesome and cool to go there. So
Yeah, and I imagine you'll probably have a lot of your folks out there trying to watch you guys. So, it'll be a big series for you guys beginning Thursday at 6 o'clock at Leroy Dreyer Field. Game 2 of the Super Regional scheduled for Friday at 6 o'clock. And if Game 3 is necessary, that'll be played 2 o'clock Saturday. Again, all of those games at the home of Blinn College, Leroy Dreyer Field on the Blinn campus. We thank you guys so much for hopping in this week. And, of course, throughout this past week, we've had plenty of coverage of the Blinn baseball team's road to Grand Junction Tuesday. The top of our sports page, you get to read more on the South Regional tournament there. We'll have more information on San Jac and what's going to take to get to this JUCO World Series in our Thursday edition coming up this week. Also, in our Tuesday edition, we saw the Bird and Lady Panther run end in the regional semi. But the Bird Panthers are still going on to this week's set of high school playoffs, so you'll get to read more about their ace pitcher, Tyler Witt, in Thursday's edition of the Banner Press. And if you want to receive some more local information, sports, or news that will matter to you, you can subscribe on our website, breadandbanner.com, or you can call us at 979-836-7956. Again, that website is breadandbanner.com, and that phone number, 979-836-7956. You can also watch previous episodes of the Banner Press Sports Corner on our website, breadandbanner.com, or wherever you get your podcasts, whether it be through Spotify or through Apple Podcasts. Again, Hayden, Brok, we thank you guys so much. Wish you the best of luck this week against San Jac. I've been Nicholas Hodel. Have a very good rest of your week, everyone.